And AFP, the French press service, reporting today on the immense support the president has received from D-Day vets who were there in Normandy with him. Jack Gutman. He was an 18-year-old soldier storming the Omaha beach 75 years ago. He said of the president, if I could see him, that'd be a thrill for me, because the man has done an awful lot to help our country. Fellow D-Day veteran George Ciampa praising the president, saying, quote, he's not a political person. He sees a problem and he fixes it. That's what George S. Patton did. He had the same temper as Trump, and he helped win the war over here. Joining us tonight, retired four-star general, Fox Business chief strategist, General Jack Keane. General, good to have you with us. And on this 75th anniversary of D-Day, I have often felt, when I looked at the combat photography of the Big Red One, the 1st Infantry Division, as they stormed the Normandy beaches, I cannot imagine the courage that it took, and so many tens of thousands of Americans and Allied troops doing so to liberate Europe. Your thoughts on this day?
Well, yeah, certainly. I totally agree with that. I mean, it was a day when we had people who came from every fabric of life in our country to travel to a place most of them had never been, and they had a common bond together from the kind of life that they all lived. And yet what they did was fundamentally so uncommon and such an extraordinary act. They assaulted literally in the hell here, Lou, as you were describing. And they came by parachute, they came by glider, they came by landing craft, supported by naval gunfire, supported by fighters and bombers. And so many things on that day went wrong, but nonetheless, they persevered. That tenacity, this adaptability that Americans have is reflected in their soldiers as well. And you're absolutely right. On that day, fear and death was a silent companion to our troops as they moved forward and kept moving forward, despite the physical destruction of their buddies around them. And you gotta remember, except for a few, if members of the 1st Infantry Division being some of the exception, most of them had never experienced artillery fire, had never conducted an assault from an amphibious, they had never attacked the beach. They literally were under heavy machine gun fire, had never had any experience like that in their life. But can you imagine when they saw the scale of that operation early in the morning as they were loading their landing craft and recognized that there were 5,000 plus ships out there, right, and tens of thousands of them, that they knew that they were going to be part of something that was truly historic. And thank America and Fox and others like yourself for honoring them. They deserve what they get. And I agree with you about the president. I thought that speech was absolutely one of his best, if not his best. And I love the fact that he spent so much time honoring our veterans.
Absolutely. Giving them hugs, talking with them, and truly giving them the respect that they earned so mightily on that day. And we should thank everyone in this country serving in uniform for all that is being done to this very moment by our service members. General Jack Keane, we thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.